YouTube, what is going on? Savage here. Are you guys tired of playing endlessly and not really knowing what to do to get more kills and more wins? You guys watch countless YouTubers and countless Twitch streamers and you try to imitate it, but still something just fails. During this Fortune's Keep in-depth breakdown, we're going to be pausing the video discussing the things the players are doing wrong and right on both sides, the guy we're spectating as well as the enemy. That way you guys could put yourself in their shoes, learn how to stop making these mistakes, go out there and get better, and also get ready for Warzone 2. You guys do not want to be struggling when Warzone 2 comes out. All right, and of course I'm gonna have all their KDs listed below, but we're gonna go ahead and discuss the things that these guys are doing correctly as well as the things they're doing wrong. And the purpose behind this series, again, to put you in the player's shoes. So as you guys are watching, we can laugh together, we can cry together, but again, try to take the lessons to heart because a lot of you guys are out here struggling with this. So hopefully you guys can learn to get out there, get more aggressive, get better skill. That way, when Warzone 2 comes out, you're not falling behind. However, with all the rambling I've done, we have gotten our loadout, so I fully expect to see these players from the moment they get their loadout to get aggressive. We have a bounty mark. There's no reason we need to loot. There's no reason for anything. We have money, we have plates, we have our weapons. There's really nothing else for us to do. I do believe he's under us just because a quick glance, we don't see the enemy. Granted, the ping is not always 100%, but the fact that he's been here for a long extended period of time, it would have updated by now in my opinion, so I do believe he is under us.
Repositioning. Someone grab that armor.
Trying to get some team beams out of the air. Nothing wrong with that at all. Now let's go ahead and again chase. Now, when you have a bounty that's moving around the map on you, you have two decisions. Again, this is Fortune's Keep. This is a resurgence game mode, so there will be other enemies nearby. Doesn't look like anybody's around us to contest, so I'm not against going to chase. But I don't want you guys to hear me say chase the enemy and think that's always the strategy. If there are enemies fighting closer, I will engage those enemies first. Of course, we want the bonus of the bounty, but again, dude, I want to rack up the kills. The purpose behind the series, the purpose behind coaching you guys to increase your kill count. I don't care about your KD, I don't care about any of that, because as you're increasing your kill count, it means you're getting into more fights, it means you're getting more reps, and it means you are becoming a better player. And again, I say that because I feel like sometimes when I say, you know, do this, a few people are like, okay, I always got to do that. And that's not the case. Every tip I give is completely scenario based. There's always going to be audibles. There's always going to be things you should be doing at different times. What are we heart beating for? All right, right now, just because I was going to wait for the fight to finish, but it doesn't look like it's going to finish anytime soon. So a few things happened. One, the bounty went ahead, grabbed his loadout, and now he's moving on. He's trying to run away. Now, if you are the bounty, let's flip it. Let's pretend like we're the bad guy. If you're the bounty, there's really no reason for you to continuously run away from the enemy. He's honestly lucky he didn't get poached by another team. If you guys, especially in a smaller map, but in any map, if you guys are identified as a bounty and you're just running, guess what? The odds are very good that you're gonna run into another team. So I never wanna recommend you guys do that, but he is. So I do like to see the fact that we are still engaging. However, I don't like the fact that Thundercats broke off to go loot. I don't like the fact that Spanky just left his teammate there to bleed out. Whether you're playing with randoms or not, guys, play as a squad, man, because you might need these teammates you're letting, well, bleed out. Granted, he does have self-res, but again, don't let your teammate waste that. He's trying to tap it like, hey, someone's, oh, there we go. Orange finally realizing what's up. Love that. Now look, what this has done is create a lot of separation. If Orange would have been there to get purple up, we'd be a lot closer together. Instead of them being all the way back here, they'd be somewhere around this area and we'd be pushing relatively, again, close together. Unfortunately for Green, he's going in by himself. I do believe it is a 1v1 situation. I have no intel telling me there's two enemies on the bounty, but let's see what happens. However, the enemy is going for the chopper, so I do think he's just gonna take the chopper and again, continue running away. Oh, guys, do you hate cheaters as much as me? Make sure you purchase Sneak Energy. It doesn't do anything about the cheaters, but it definitely gives you a lot more energy. It just makes your day a lot better, especially when you spectate shit like this. You know, you get sad, just take a sip.
Wow, you instantly don't give a shit anymore. It's the weirdest thing. Weird. Use code Savage at checkout, guys. The shit's the truth.
Now remember, while we're doing all this, we are attracting other enemies around us. And we're also wasting all of our ammo. So it doesn't seem like there's many people here because we haven't been shot at yet, but there are probably people here. I'm glad he stopped at 6 to go ahead and pop that reload. Love it. And again, now we've been led away from where we originally wanted to go, I'm assuming because the bounty just led us this direction. And instead of grabbing another bounty and continuing on, instead of utilizing UAV, surprise, there is no one here, and going to chase down the other enemies that are of course at the keep and winery, we're gonna sit here and continue to loot. You get nothing special for looting a shit ton of times, guys. Stop doing this. I don't care if you're trying to break PRs. I don't care if you're trying to be CDL or casual. There's no excuse for this. Again, the objective is, of course, to win. But if you guys want to win more often, you're going to have to put yourself in uncomfortable positions and start fighting enemies. I hate seeing this. I hate it. I have a feeling the moment we get into a fight, we're gonna really understand why they avoid fighting. And yeah, a lot of you guys look at it right now like, Savage, he's finding a lot of cool stuff. He is finding a lot of cool stuff. He got a UAV, guess what? Well, we haven't done anything with it. So has it benefited us at all? No, not at all. And still here we are. All right, now we finally have some enemies near us and we are finally engaging. Not too bad. The enemy's kind of working us right now, confusing the shit out of us. Not really sure why. It's pretty simple. And here's the heartbeat. Now again, dude, pay attention to the mini-map. Pay attention to the audio. You hear gunshots. It's not your teammate because his icon's not lighting up. We do, however, have a red dot on our level. No arrow above, no arrow below. All right, right now we're within range to get some shots off. I like where we're at. I want to go ahead and start shooting the enemy. Unfortunately for him, he pushes towards the enemy. I'm assuming because he didn't feel that confident with his shots. You see him push in, even though if it's a few feet, he pushes in. But as he's shooting, he's still walking forward. Look at the books. You can see us moving forward. And then for some reason, we stop shooting and we auto attack sprint even further forward. So we've now cleared halfway in the hallway, allowing the enemy to essentially break our camera. We broke our own camera is really what happened in that situation. Now it's not as crucial as actually breaking cameras, but it's the same concept. And what this did for the enemy is allowed him to make a break for it, cut to the left, and now we're forced to chase. Now you can't really predict that his team would be out there. No one was shooting at us before, so I'm not gonna harp on that. But again, dude, if we would have just played this little fight right here, that enemy would have been dead. We never would have been baited to his squad, which we ended up being baited to. I don't mind Thundercats pushing in. That way he's not exposed to the outside elements, other teams, things like that. But he shouldn't have pushed in as far as he did. Again, he had the enemy dead to right, so there was really no reason for him to do what he did. And great movement from the enemy right here. He just lit it up and of course baited us to his squad. All right, here we are moving on to Quiz Bay. Now look, I want to go ahead and highlight something again, and I'm not going to be a dick, but your boy had really good movement. He had really good play. He played that perfectly. And if I had to guess his skill level because of what I saw, I'd say he's probably a 1.5 player, maybe even close to it too. Probably 1.5, 1.6 area. He's only got 4 kills. Not sure why. We're going to break down exactly what his mistakes and flaws are, but I definitely think he's a better player than he's showing right here with only 4 kills. I feel like what we witnessed was his sister playing, which is why she was such a savage, and now she gave it to her little brother, and here we are. I take back what I said about the 1.6. I'm gonna go with like a 1.1, and that's no offense to you 1.1 players out there. A lot of you guys are savage. I'm just saying, like, I gotta demote him a little bit. Not really sure why we did the stim play. Stims are great tools to utilize. I like to save my stims. One, let's say we were by ourselves and we had no teammates helping us to suppress the enemy on the tower, right? Let's say we're by ourselves and we want to close the gap, but he's sniping. Don't mind him stimming to gain some movement speed to hopefully avoid being sniped in the face. I'm fine with that. But two, I like to save my stims for when I'm damaged and I actually need them. A lot of people just want to start stimming left and right. And I get he's got munitions and stuff, but again, we want to save that for when we actually need it, because you never know when you're gonna get shot in the back. You never know what this enemy might end up doing to us. And then the even crazier thing is we stemmed inside just to do this. Now all of a sudden we don't want to go fast. Oh shit, man. If only we would have kept up tempo. Look, in situations like this, the enemy knows you're coming. If you're going to close the gap with some movement speed, you better continue having movement speed. No reason for that at all. He just froze. And again, he relied on the fact that the UAV only had one enemy marked as that being the truth. Don't forget, people have this thing called ghosts. People like to be hidden from UAV. Don't always trust heartbeats. Don't always trust UAVs. Now, this is something I see a lot too. When players have bounties on them for some reason. Oh, this is actually Waffle. This is the dude that was running from us earlier. When players have bounties on them for some reason, they like to come down here and hide. I don't know why. I see it a lot. I think every time I play this game, I pick up a bounty. This is exactly where they go to. Can someone in the comment section let me know right now why people hide in here? And also while you're in the comment section, guys, if you do enjoy the video or you're learning something new, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. Right now. Now look, let's look at the mini-map too. I have a feeling he's going to engage this guy again, which is going to be real weird. Look where the mass majority of players are. Now, I'm not saying run from your bounty, but we're in a bad spot. We're on the low ground. We have a chance to get to blue and hopefully take the high ground. We have a chance to take the balloon, get to the top over here. You can fight us 1,000 different ways. I don't like the fact that I think he's going to take the low ground to push up here. We got a lot of enemies on the outskirts. I think these guys are far away, so we might not get third party. But again, they have this thing called ghosts. There could be somebody graveyard. There could be somebody right above us. We don't know. I want to get a better position. I don't like this area at all. Also, the slow walking, kind of looking around. Oh shit, he got clapped. All right, so right now, you saw the glint in the tower. We saw the glint right here. I believe he still has an angle on us. I really do. Not to mention the guy above us. Actually, no arrow. He's on our level, but he could get above us, right? Either way, we have a potential to be pinched by both these guys. I want to get out of here fast. We have some boxes over here. That's some cover. I'd go ahead and try to weasel my way out of this. Don't just lay prone because you're probably gonna get shot in the butt cheek. Oh man, oh, there it is. Yep. And here comes the cluster, but we're still prone, and there she is. Weird. So far, I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Silent. Quiz Baby went down near us. We didn't help them. Waffle went down near us. We didn't help them. Thankfully, they self-resed. But it sounds like they're in a fight now, and we're still tunnel vision on this guy right here. Precision, we might want to move. You can do what you want. I don't think we need to pause for that one. That was pretty self-explanatory, guys. Don't get hit by precisions if you can avoid it. Again, purple's going down, and here we are just kind of hiding. Granted, I understand we got a plate, but look, this is a perfect example of the snowball effect, right? I'm mad because he didn't go to help his teammate. And y'all are probably like, well, Savage, he's one tap, didn't have plates. Well, if we wouldn't have made the mistake before of face checking a window and licking that shit, right? We wouldn't have been down by precision. We would have had plates. We could have hopefully helped our teammates. Every mistake that you guys make as players, or I should say we, because I'm not perfect, every mistake we make as players leads to another one, which leads to another one. It literally just snowballs. That's why you see a lot of people, like a lot of times we'll be like, this game's chalked. We'll just back out because we just put ourselves in a very bad position. I watched this so many times from players, no matter what mode it is. And you know, if I was to spectate Silent 2 mode again, I guarantee we'd see the same gameplay. And again, this is why I make the videos for you guys to see the mistakes and hopefully stop making the mistakes, correct the mistakes. It's like watching tape. It's like football players watching tape. You want to make sure you're not just paying attention to what you're doing, but what other people are doing as well, and learning from their pros and their cons. And this right here, again, is a perfect example of the snowball effect that I know a lot of us fall into from time to time. Look like it came from the window on the right-hand side. We need to get out of the spot. They already know we're here. We need to relocate or we're gonna die. Weird. Played up. I'm gonna be nice. Hey guys, look, if you're being shot at, man, you gotta move. You just gotta move. I understand he was like, his mindset, he's like, well, I'm gonna go outside. But again, look, let's just rewind a little bit, just right here, right? We got a whole rooftop that enemy could rotate to. Not to mention, that might have been a whole other teammate. That could have been a whole squad shooting at you. Regardless, you don't want to be here. I would have jumped the hell down, played it up, and gotten a better spot. We shouldn't have been here in the first place because it's the edge of zone. We've got to rotate all the way down to the west. But again, unfortunately, we're not able to because we're being pinched. So again, when we jump down, we need to make our way to this little balloon over here and balloon the hell out and try to live to fight another day. And also, I don't know, maybe balloon to our teammate too. That could really help save our lives. All right, I'm not really liking what I'm seeing right now, and I had a feeling they'd do this. Please leave. We got sniper shots to our left-hand side. A lot of fights going on to the left-hand side. Not sure why we're using this gun to scan for enemies at a distance. Use your long range. You just saw him. Oh, okay. I'm not really going to talk about breaking your ankles. We've all been there. I'm not going to judge you. But look, this right here. You hear him. That's not an FOV issue. He's dead center screen. Again, players like to look for complete silhouettes of enemies. And what do I mean by that? I mean, they want to see the entire me before their brains are like, oh my God, it's an enemy. Don't look for players, look for movement. This is why he didn't spot this enemy right here. He didn't spot this enemy because he didn't see him, because again, he's trained his eyes to look for the wrong shit. Again, visual and audio cues tell us he's right in front of our face, but he had no idea. Now, there's a slight chance he did see the guy and he's going for a play. It's kind of what it looked like until the ending happened. But again, it'd be a dumb play to jump out of the high ground, allow the enemy to go up, and then sit there and hold them. I wouldn't understand this play at all. So I'm not going to go with that. But here we are moving on to Lay Station. Look, again, we need to move. It's a 2v... Who knows? It's 2v4. I don't know what the other teams are rocking with. Could be 3 in a solo. Could be 2 in a 2. But we need to get safe. All right, throw in the stun right here just to check to see if anybody's in here. Not a bad idea. I do like that. Great use of his tool in order to gather some intel of whether or not there's a player in here. Unfortunately, it didn't go through it. That sucks. But I like the attempt. I like the idea. And you can see how he's slowing down his gameplay just in case. Again, look, we need to start looking. Orange is in a bad spot. It is a 2v3. The enemies are favored. We are not. I highly doubt they're behind us. So we need to start playing our lives. We need to start getting some kills, getting some picks. We got some rocks, we got some terrain, and clearly they're at the buy station. Now, I don't like the fact we kind of just jumped down here because we're leaving this nice spot. Again, I was pointing out earlier, if you look at the mini map, if you don't see my mouse moving already, we have some rocks. We have some good cover here. We can kind of gatekeep. We know there's at least one at the buy station. What do you think they're going to rotate to? They could rotate to the buildings, and they might. Honestly, they probably will. But again, dude, I want to go ahead and get this high ground so I can have a better shot to see them, get line of sight on them, and two, so they don't push over to me and have the high ground. Not to mention, Orange is by himself. I really don't know what the hell he's doing. He's just kind of... I don't know. Oh shit. There's a stampede coming towards us. Decent shot, but you're in a... Damn, and they shot your body. You're in a 4v1 situation is what it is. And that's basically it. Now your boy could buy your teammate back, but this is basically over. He's gonna come back with a pistol. There you go. You know, I'm not gonna hate on him. He made a valiant attempt. He fat fingered the melee for sure, but I like the stem play. I like the movement. He did what he could do in a 1v4, but again, snowball effect. He put himself in this bad position by 1, not rotating with his teammate, 2, his teammate rotating the wrong way, and of course 3, the snowball instantly started when this team backed out. But again, the purpose of this video is to show you guys that cutting out the small mistakes you're making, the multiple small mistakes throughout one map, could end up snowballing into a massive cluster that you can't work your way out of. Some people think you just load up and get better and get better and get better, and that's kind of true. But if you're not cutting off the mistakes you're making day in and day out, especially been playing this game for years and you're still struggling to get that 20 kill game, it's going to be very hard for you to get better until you start paying attention and stop doing the things that you're doing incorrectly. But guys, really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel today. But till next time, man, y'all have a good one and good luck in Warzone.